your mind. I see your light in the dark of my night. You always make it better. You always get me through. But it never makes it easy.
What's going on, guys? Hey, all right, repeat back, and yeah, I know it's been less than 24 hours, hasn't it? Hope everybody enjoyed the American Ethanol Cup Series race, All-Star race last night. I know I did. It ran late, so thank all of y'all for sticking around. For those that did. It is the start of a new round for the 2020 NNR Truck Series Championship race. This round is another 4 races. Tonight we're at Vegas. Next week is Dega. After that, we got Mid Ohio and Richmond. So it should be a pretty packed 4 weeks. I'm ready to get it going. Next week is going to be a lot of fun, but this track is full of draft as well. So looking forward to watching these guys get it done. Very, very small field tonight. They're just now getting out on track to start qualifying. There's only about 10 or 12 trucks on track, but the field is narrowed down. They went from 12 down to 9. Next week they're going to go 9 to 6, and then 6 to 4, and 4 guys will race for the 2020 championship when we get to Atlanta Motor Speedway later on this season. Again, only about 9 more weeks, give or take. It's gonna be interesting the way that it works out. All the points, as you see on the bottom of the screen, are reset. And yeah, there's like a 12-point gap right now between Asbel and the 88 Watt Racing. Watt, obviously, were again last year's Truck Series championship, or champion rather, trying to defend his title. And Asbel has been very, very strong. I have to see if he's going to be able to carry that momentum, or how that's gonna roll. Asbel's actually going to stream tonight for the first time this season. Kind of give me a look at everything as it goes on. I'll also have the 19 truck, I'm sorry, the 18 truck of NNR Cowboy to help keep me up to speed with everything that's going on. So again, I think it's like 10 or 11 trucks on track. So qualifying is going to go very, very fast. In just a second, we're going to get over to Madison Rising, allow them to get our national anthem in. Want to again say a very, very big thank you to Madison Rising for allowing us to use their version of the national anthem at the start of every single one of these NNR races ever since going back to Daytona. So man, as I said before, go look them up on YouTube and on Spotify and whatnot. They've got a great playlist. Also, another guy you can look up is the lead singer of, who used to be the lead singer of Madison Rising. If you've seen this before, it's the guy, the front singer, curly hair. He now goes by the name of Dave Bray, or Dave Bray USA. He's got all kinds of CDs, shirts, challenge coins, all kinds of different swag for sale. Go ahead, check him out. Help support him and his family during this time as an artist. And no bands getting together because they're avoiding crowds and whatnot. He's doing a lot of this out of pocket. So if you can, give the guy a hand. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. But for now, we're going to get this over to Madison Rising. So please go ahead and stand and remove your hats, especially coming up on Memorial Day. Here's our buddies.
proudly we hail, and the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets trembling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land under the free, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight to remain the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. This land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the free, and the home of the
All right, as always, once again, thank you very much, Madison Rising, for allowing us to use your version. Guys, I tell you what, I really love that third verse that they added in. It absolutely added a bit more character to it. I'd never heard of another band doing any kind of a personal rendition of the national anthem, and they definitely put their own spin on it. I think it adds a little bit more to it. I think it's man, I really think it's all right. And coming from a United States Air Force veteran, I don't take any personal offense to it or anything like that. Some people have asked me, hey, what do you think of that verse? Do you think they should have just left it alone or what? If you go back and you listen to Dave Bray, to some of his songs on YouTube, this isn't the only song that he kind of redid. He changed a little bit in House of the Rising Sun, originally by the Animals. He God Bless the USA by Lee Greenwood. He redid a couple of extra verses or changed up some of the wording in that to bring it a bit more modern. So I don't take any offense to it. I think he kind of made it his own, made it sound a little bit more, bad to the bone, a bit more bad ass. But yeah, it's he did what he needed to do, and yeah, I don't find any fault in it. So again, guys, go ahead and take a look at Madison Wright on both YouTube and Spotify. Give him a listen as well. Again, as Dave Bray USA. You won't regret it. All right. One sec. All right. Sorry for that little bit of background noise there. Um, So again, go ahead and look up those guys, and send them a message saying, say thanks. Dave Bray, as I mentioned, he is a former medic with the United States Navy. Got attached to a Marine detachment and ended up being their corpsman. So that whole band, they're all about the U.S. military, fire, police, EMS, first responders, everybody. So go ahead and as always, give them a listen. You will you won't be disappointed. All right, their qualifying is just about done. They're just counting down on the clock before they get back to the lobby where they'll get a few more words of wisdom from the one and only NNR SWATs to get this thing set up. Okursi. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. SSGSSGO KUR Rose. So KU Rose, thank you very much for the follow just about an hour ago while we were offline. Definitely appreciate it. Um, and again, one very, very big thank you to Krabby Soup during the American Ethanol All Star race last night. He donated 10 subscriptions to my channel and brought me well over what I had already. What I was looking to try to get this month. So again, thank you very much, Krabby Soup. I absolutely appreciate it. All right, these guys are back in the lobby. We should be getting that very, very important and important. There we go. Lobby in or race invite from either SWATs or Cowboy or Asbel or somebody here in just a little bit. They got about 30 seconds left on the clock. It shouldn't be long. Getting ready, or I'm ready to get this race started. But to all you guys that are out there, maybe you're out somewhere with family, out doing your own thing. Please, tomorrow, remember those that have paid the ultimate price for all of our freedoms here in the U.S. It's going to be, with everything still going on overseas and, you know, World War One, World War Two, Korea, Vietnam, the Iraq wars, wherever your friend, family, or neighbor or cousin, whatever, wherever they fell, that's who we're remembering tomorrow. So when you hear or if you hear taps playing, um, give that moment to that fallen soldier and remember them on their day. I absolutely will, and yeah, that's what it's all about. Anytime you hear taps or the bugle playing, um, yeah, that's what that's there for. So, here we go. Here we go. Again, we got between 10 and 12 trucks for Las Vegas Motor Speedway tonight. It's the first round in the second leg of the 2020 chase here with NNR. It's going to be a great race, a lot of draft, and there is the invite from the one and only NNR SWAT. So we're going to go ahead and grab that right now. They are loading in. Definitely appreciate it. Let's see. Connecting. Here we go. So we're going to have to see who's going to be able to get it done in Sin City. That's what it's all about tonight. Get it in there, get it done. See who's going to hit that jackpot. Who's going to dance up on the stage inside the infield with the showgirls from all the different venues out there in Las Vegas. I tell you, the top 9 that have moved on are all here on track. I think we might be missing one, but it's it kind of is what it is right now. Um, I'm looking forward. I've been looking forward to this race for a while because so much has really um, changed, or so much changes between daylight and the night race. And as you can see, this is a night race, and there is our field. All right, so we're going to start with the 8 of Asbel on pole, the 33 of Tripp to the outside, the 75 of Fatless Dig, another contender. There's the 88 of Watt. Again, there's only a 12-point difference between the 8 of Asbel and the 88. There's the 5 of Little Tank with the 17 of NNR Spurl right there. There's the 18 of NNR Cowboy coming down the backstretch, going into 3 and 4. There's the 51 of NNR Swats, and your 9th place guy in points, the 90 of Old Papa Bear, with the 64 of NNR Drake right there as well. Again, going down the last part of this backstretch, hitting into 3 and 4. We're going to see many different lines by these guys throughout the night. We're going to have to see who takes the low, who takes the high, who's going to run that apron, who's going to hit that apron too much. But here we go, guys. Asbel's leading them to the green, heading off into turn 1. It looks like we are an even 10 cars deep with the 33 right behind. That's, again, NNR Trip, 75 Fatless Dig, 5 of Little Tank. Asbel's going to try to extend this. I've heard some people really trying out different presets for this. Some were starting very low, some were starting very high, but you never know who's kind of feeding me a line because they're not going to give away their setup. If they think they may have found something a little special that may give them that edge, they're not gonna give it away. But here you go, all 10. Look at the way that the draft is playing with these trucks so far. 5 now back to P3 behind the 75 Fatless Dig, 33 of Trippy Main, 88 of Watt Racing now checking to the inside of that 33, and the let's see, who was that back there? Nope, not Little Tank. Spurl, there we go. Spurl back there rocking the camo green or OD green colors. There's the 64 of NNR Drake, 90 of Old Papa Bear right there. I was really happy to see Papa Bear make it into the top 9. The guy is here every week. And will he move beyond this? Who knows? But either way, the season that he's had, if it does end in this round, to where he wouldn't be considered for the championship, he's still got to be pretty happy with the way that it shakes out for him. Keep working our way through. Here's the 18 of NNR Cowboy right behind the 88 of Watt Racing. Again, all draft around this place. It's going to be a phenomenal week, whether it's tonight, on Tuesday with the Xfinity guys, or on Thursday night with the Cup cars. The draft is very big key factor in this race. If you can keep in the draft, you can keep up with the leaders no matter who they are, as it looks like they're actually going 3 wide right there for P2. I'm going to try to get back up here as quick as I can, or at least look at him here from the 64 of Drake. It's the 5, the 33. Here's the 88 on the high side, but right now it is still all the 8 truck of Asbel up there in P1. These guys all lined up trying to stay as close as possible. If anything should happen, we'll be right there to catch it all. I don't imagine there will be very many cautions. I'm guessing with this smaller field, they're probably going to go caution 3. As you see, the 64 get a pretty big shot. I believe that was from the 5 of Little Tank. Then he washed up the track just a little bit. But, man, look at these guys. It's like we're at Daytona or Talladega. It is one big pack, and they're doing a phenomenal job. 18 down low, trying to get underneath the 64 of Drake. That puts them 3 wide with the 5 of Little Tank to the outside. And 17 of Spurl kind of watching all this, saying, man, do I really want to be here? I know they can usually, I ran 1 full tank of gas earlier, and they were able to get right around 20 laps on a tank without any kind of issues. But I tell you what, this is putting on some phenomenal racing. 33 a trip. Looks like he kind of tagged that wall there, right there, just a little bit. That's going to separate this pack that's been forming. But if 75 Fatless Dick can catch the tail end, he would be right back in it again. And I don't anticipate that being a problem whatsoever. Again, we're only 9 laps into stage 1. We've got 22 more laps to go. Again, the trucks and the Xfinity, they run 2 times wear, 2 times fuel, but they run 100% as far as the lap count goes. So these guys have got a pretty interesting night in store for them. But as long as they stay packed up like this, it's going to be a lot of phenomenal racing. As you see, a challenge for second between the 88 of Watt Racing and the 64 of NNR Drake. Side by side going into 1 and 2, side by side for 3 and 4. The little tank back there right now, right around P5. And I'm not quite sure who that was behind them, but he looks like he kind of ducked down or got loose coming off that corner. If the again, if the racing stays like this all night, it's going to be one hell of a race. I'm glad to be here for it. Wish the field was a little bit better, or a little bit bigger, I should say. But you've got your main championship contenders here in this race, and it's going to get more and more intense as the weeks go on. Let's actually catch up to our leader Asbel here, and let's actually get on the hood with him as he takes a lap around. Next time he gets to the checker, to the line, we'll take a lap with him green and just listen to this truck, see where he's letting off, see where he's letting back on, what kind of line he's running, and so on. Going through 1 and 2, we'll catch him when he comes back off 3 and 4. And we'll just give it a little bit of a crank it up session. These trucks sound amazing at just about every track. I almost think they sound better than the Xfinity and the Cup cars. But here he is coming off 3 and 4 through the trial to the start finish line. Go ahead and crank it up. All right, guys, a couple laps from the one and only NNR Asbel, your current points leader. Again, tonight starts the second round of the 2020 chase right here with NNR, and Asbel's got about a 12-point lead over last year's series champ, Watt Racing. But, man, it is far from over. We've got 9 more races before we decide a 2020 champ. Rock NASCAR, thank you very much. See you out there in chat. And, yes, absolutely, guys, whether you watch this now or watch this later, please, by all means, a lot of people out there know who Stout Whiskey is. Not only is he a driver in the Cup Series on Thursday nights, but he's got a lot of friends in other leagues like eSpark. A lot of the dirt guys know him. He's been around for a few years now, but his dad was taken to the hospital with some issues. Not sure whether you've seen the message on Facebook or on Twitter where Stout was talking about him. But he's got an issue with his liver, and it was either treat him and he'd be around for a little while. I'm sorry, not treat him and just treat the issues that he's having, and he'd be around for a little while, just pretty much make him comfortable, or go through surgery to remove, I think it was a tumor inside or right around his liver, and he'd have a 50-50 chance of going on. Well, as Stout put it in his video, 50-50 is better than 80-20 or 70-30, and I couldn't agree more. Um, Stout, you definitely have all of us thinking about you and your family, and as like I said last night, uh, when you told us that you had to leave during the American Ethanol All-Star race. We are all here for you. Q-Dog, good to see you out there in chat. Hopefully you're having a good night, sir. It's been all caution free so far. The field's kind of starting to get a bit spread out. Next time Aswell comes by the line, I'll go ahead and grab us a lap count. I do see some people starting to make their way down pit road, so they've got to be within the I'm going to guess they're going to cut this stage around the middle. It's been kind of the theme here over the last several weeks as to when they've been able to get in there, but they are on lap 19 of 30 here in stage one. When I ran a few laps here earlier, I was able to go about 20 laps before my right rear popped. So I'm going to right now, Aswell looks like he's starting to take lap 20. I'm going to guess he's going to work his way into pit road next time by. There you see the 88, the 18, and I believe that was the truck for Spurl right there. But, yep, here you see the 88. Let's actually go ahead and show you the pit exit for these guys. All the way down around the apron, as close to the wall as possible. That way you give yourself, your truck, a little bit of wash-up room. But 88's going to work his way back up on track. This is the first time these guys have been able to get any kind of setup changes done. They all started under different presets, some higher than others. Some like to have a very, very loose setup, and then they tighten it up as the run goes on. Others like to have very, very tight setup and free it up as the time goes on. It's, it all goes by personal preference, but for now, it's all these guys are. It also looks like they're trying different pitting procedures. I know Aswell right now, he's on lap 22. He's got most of the field a lap down. Here he is now statusing that he's going to go down pit road this time by. There's the 18 truck, a Cowboy. It looks like, unfortunately, he's lagged out. I don't see that truck moving where he's taking gas or getting any tires or anything like that. Very, very unfortunate for one of our championship contenders. So, while there were 10 or 11 trucks on track, take one away. 90 of Pop Bear. There's 64 of NNR Drake, formerly known as Exclusively Elite. There's Aswell on pit road, and I believe that's going to be the 5 right behind him. Or not, that's not the 5. That's going to be NNR Trip, the 33 right behind him. And it looks like Trip actually pulled into his pit stall before Aswell, but Aswell is going to go ahead, or Tripp's going to get out before him. It definitely looked like Aswell was in his box before 33. I'm going to guess that Tripp only took 2 tires while Aswell took 4. This could play very, very handily in the 33's quest here to try to capitalize on max stage points. It could absolutely play into his favor. So again, right now Aswell is in P4, so a few guys got on by. I'm going to guess more than one person just took 2 tires and probably half tank of gas. They don't have to go very far. They've only got about 6 laps remaining here, 7 laps remaining in stage 1. All green flag racing, no cautions, nothing like that as of yet. Let's see here. Right now, it's right now it is showing the 33 of Tripp in the lead with Fatless Dig in the 75 right behind him, and then NNR Aswell rocking P3. So he went from the lead back to 3rd place, and he's at least a good second or so behind that 33. And with 5 laps remaining, he's going to be hard pressed to kind of catch him. Fatless Dig is not just going to let him on by. He's going to make him work for it. These are stage points that Fatless Dig also has to try to think about here in this first round as well. So they're going to make Aswell work for it. There's no doubt in my mind. Let's actually catch up with that 8 truck right now and see where he's at. There's the 33. 33 says, you know what? Yeah, okay, you caught me. And he just got to let him go, unfortunately. So those 4 tires definitely paying off. It's still going to be a great points, or a portion of the points, I should say, for the 33. He had to try, and it's probably the best time to try it because it's now. It's not later in the race where you're gambling. He knows right now that 4 tires will definitely dominate over 2, but more than likely it's only going to be on the short run. Eventually these tires will even out, and it may not be so prevalent when Aswell is able to catch these guys. But not only is he catching them with these 4 Eagle Feel Goods, he's pulling away a little bit as well. So the 33, he may have actually only taken probably just right sides and half a can. Keep the truck light, but try to get as much grip as he can. Or he could be fighting loose if he didn't practice the 2 tires to see how they were going to work out. All right, coming to the line this time, you see the 8 rocking that patriotic paint scheme. I believe this is going to be 2 laps remaining. 33 right there in P2, 75 of Fatless Dig in P3. There's the 88 of Watt Racing right now. Looks like he's in P4. Behind him looks to be the 64 of NNR Drake. Let's kind of work our way back up to the front again. There's your current race leader and points leader, NNR Aswell. This should be 1 to go here in stage 1. He's got clean sailing. I don't see anybody in front of him that's going to give him any kind of a worry as far as maybe trying to pass or put somebody a lap down. Everybody looks like they're probably still on the lead lap. And, Aswell's going to go ahead, and it's pretty much smooth sailing to the start-finish line, get max stage points in the bank for the 8 truck of Aswell. First stage down, second stage coming up. And that is going to be it for that first 30 rounds. Second stage probably going to be right about the same. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break so I can grab something cold to drink here. Let's go to NNRLeague.com under the Zazzle tab, show you what's in store for the NNR apparel line.
Hey NNR fans, are you looking for a way to rep your favorite NASCAR Heat preset league on Xbox Live? Look no further. Just go to NNRLeague.com, scroll down to the Zazzle tab, and see what we have to offer. From t-shirts to hoodies to clocks, we have everything you need to show your support. Thanks for being the best fans, and we hope to see you at the track repping that NNR red.
All right, here we are. We are back. They've got just a few seconds remaining while they're trying to work out the rest of their adjustments. Again, they have 1 green flag pit stop, and depending on where you qualified, you may not get the full chance to get in all of your adjustments. They may have had to wait until the stage break in order to get anything good. But here we go, restarting with the 8 on the inside, 75 Fatless Dig, 88 of Watt Racing, 64 of NNR Drake, 5 of Lil Tank, and let's see, I see Spurl there. I see quite a few. Actually, I'm gonna get on board here. That almost looks like the 18. Nope. Okay, that's a 90 volt. Pop Bear getting a great run into turns 3 and 4 as they come back by the stands. Something happened with the 75. It looks like he's backpedaling quite a bit. Right now, Spurl's got a windshield full of the 33 and the 90. Good to see Pop Bear up here, keeping up with the draft, keeping his line going. Guessing something happened right there. It looks like he might be a little tight, but either way, doing everything that he can, keep up with these guys. Right now, Pop Bear is sitting ninth in the championship standings. He did make it into the top 9. Field is starting to get spread out just a little bit. There's the series leader, the one and only NNR Swats. Unfortunately, he did not make it into the round of 9, but he is in the championship hunt still in the Xfinity series. Still working our way through. There's Asbel looking back at the 88 of Watt Racing. There's Watt looking forward to the 8. Keeping right there in his draft. Looks like he's got a pretty good handling truck now. Watt absolutely applying a little bit of pressure. It does not look like the 8 is pulling away like he did in the first stage when we were early into that run. It looks like the 8 is definitely keeping up. A little bit of a gap back to the 5, about a good truck length and a half, give or take. Then you've got the 64, you've got the 33, you've got the 5. You've got quite a few back here, but they're all kind of getting into a bit of a single file groove. Again, Lil Tank. 17 to Spurl. 8, unfortunately, the 18 of Cowboy lagged out. Very unfortunate circumstance for the guy. Let's take a look. There we go. A little bit of a battle here between the 51 and the 75. Again, we saw the 75 drop to the back. Not sure if he made some contact with the wall or contact with another truck, and made him have to check up big time in order to regain his composure. But nonetheless, he's still under power right there with the 51 in his draft. It still looks like the 8, the 5, and the 64 are keeping up with the 8 truck of Asbel, but Asbel has led almost every lap. The only one to lead laps earlier, I believe, was the 33 of Trippy Main. But again, I could be wrong. There might have been 1 or 2 others while they were under their green flag pit stops. As Asbel comes on by the start-finish line, I'll go ahead and grab us a lap count. Again, the field is very, very small tonight. They've got 21 laps remaining here in Stage 2. Again, these truck and Xfinity guys, they run 100% of the race, where the Cup guys on Thursday nights, when I get to hang out with the one and only HD Motorsports, they run 50% at all tracks. The only track that the Xfinity and the Cup guys do not go to together is Eldora. So, keeping that in mind, right now your first and second place guys in the points are second on the track. The 5 of Lil Tank, he's not too far behind Watt Racing. In fact, he is in third. So first, second, and third in the points are running first, second, and third, exactly as you see them. Speaking of first, second, and third, guys, whether you watch this now or you watch this later on, please remember, Thursday nights are money race nights. The one and only J-Pa was nice enough to purchase some Microsoft cash for anybody that can pick the top 3 that get to hang out with me and HD in the booth on Thursday night. All you got to do is pick the top 3 finishers. They don't have to be in order. If you pick a More Smoke, Rose, and Rowdy, all right, we'll just say, let's say a More Smoke wins, but you pick Rose, Rowdy, and a More. Well, guess what? Because you picked those 3, you're in the money, literally. And the only stipulation is you got to have the pick in prior to the end of Stage 2, and you can't if you pick the same drivers as somebody else, whoever picks them first is who gets the cash. Now, nobody picked top 3 last week at Indianapolis, so this week that Microsoft cash that Microsoft card amount doubles. So it's going to be an even better payday for somebody, and I'm looking forward to it. This whole week, in fact, this whole round of the contender series for the NNR Chase it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, Dega isn't anybody track. Mid Ohio, a lot of guys were really talking about saying that they're going to have to practice for that track. It's not typical. I mean, yeah, we've gone to a couple road courses this year. We went to the Roval and we went to Watkins Glen. But in every round of the Chase this year, there's a short track, there's an intermediate track, a speedway, and a road course. So you're gonna have to be good at all disciplines of the tracks on this game if you want to lock up that championship. And your bonus points, Coe decided that they will carry over round to round. So we'll just have to see. Still kind of working our way through is the 88 of Watt Racing with the 33 of Trippy Main right behind him. These two really trying to push to catch back up with the 8, maybe get in his draft. Then these two can pull up, and now it looks like the 5 of NNR Tank has fallen back to P4. But again, little packs here, only separated by a couple of truck lengths. Other than that, it's just the one and only Asbel out front, clear sailing, all that downforce on his truck. He's got about 14 laps remaining, so I'll assume that we're probably going to be getting into the next round of green flag pit stops here very, very soon. I mean, from here on out, anybody that goes into the pits would be able to make it on tires and gas. When I ran a few laps here earlier, my rear actually blew out before I was out of gas. I think I had like 2 laps left in the tank right when the tire let go. So your top 5 is Asbel, Watt Racing, the 33 of Tripp. It looks like 33 has gone on by. The 5, and then NNR Drake back there in the 64. All right, see, just as I said that, here comes the 75 of Fatless Dig, working his way down pit road, woeing it up to about 45 mile an hour as he comes to that commitment line. So this is actually a good idea by Fatless because he's going to come out before these guys. So while they're doing everything that they can to make the fastest time on some old tires, he's going to get down here, grab 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods, a full tank of gas, head back out under the Las Vegas lights here in Sin City, and he's thinking about hitting that jackpot at the end of the race, and I can't blame him. Or he may not even have to take 2 full cans of gas. He may only take a can or a can and a half, depending on what he's got left in the tank. But if you can go 20 to 22 laps on fuel, I would imagine it'd probably be right about a can and a half. As you see the 75 of Fatless Dig working his way out of pit road right with the 51 of SWAT. He's going to go zipping on by. 75 sees him. SWAT's saying, hey, I'm here. 75 is going to seamlessly merge back up as you see the 51 now going to go ahead and take his turn down pit road. And that's how they do it. They signal, letting them know when they're going in. Speaking of going in, here's the 5 of Little Tank, 64 of NNR Drake, and the 17 of Spurl. Again, Spurl rocking a military OD green paint scheme with the stars on the side. This is one of the normal schemes that you can find in the paint booth. So a few guys decided to go ahead and rock out with their military pride, or Memorial Day pride, I should say. Let's keep on going. There's the 90 of Pop Berry. He's getting his service right now. 51 pulled in just ahead of him. Here's the 64 of NNR Drake, slowly going down pit road from the 5th place position. Here's Asbel still out there. Looks like he's got about 4 laps left in the tank. 33 of Trippy Main going in right now. Kind of keeping an eye here. Looks like they've got about 8 laps remaining. So why Asbel is staying out when he could easily work his way down pit road, grab those brand new tires, only grab a can of gas, if that's all he would need. Right now on his truck, the only thing that is up is the tire light, and the fuel light has not yet come up, but he should be able to come down pit road here pretty soon. Let's see, 88 of Watt Racing going down pit road. Little Tank has just completed his service. He's back out on track. Maybe it's Aswell's hope that a caution would come out and he would trap some of these guys or more a lap down. But it's with how spread out everybody is, it would be pretty hard pressed to see something like that happen. Here's again the 90 of Papa Bear, 64 back out. Here's the 8 of Asbel working his way down pit road at a miserable 45 miles an hour when you come flying off the track about 160 mile an hour. So we'll have to see. 8's going to pull in, get his service. I'm going to guess that this is maybe just a two-tire stop only, although he saw that it didn't really work out for Tripp earlier. So now I changed that to 4 tires, probably just 1 can of gas, get it back out there as quick as possible, get back in traffic. Once he does, I'll grab us a lap count again. And there goes the 8. So the 8's coming out. There's the 88 of Watt Racing. Watt is absolutely going to pass this 8 truck. Maybe not. Looks like Aswell was able to get out in enough time to where he didn't lose too much position. But I think there's still going to be a couple people he'll have to worry about passing. In fact, I'm going to catch up with him right now. There's the 17 of Spurl. There you see Aswell has gotten by him. There's a 51 of Swats. There's Drake. Nope, he's not fighting him. There's Aswell. All right, so right now Aswell is actually showing in P3 with 4 laps remaining. They're on lap 23 of 27. The people up front definitely have an advantage over him, and I'm seeing people try different strategies. 4 laps remaining. He's got to try to catch up to the 5 of Little Tank. And I want to say it's probably the 33 of Trippy Main or NNR Trip now, but I don't know if he'll have enough time this time. I think these people have really made up some time on this 8 when they were going into and coming out of the pits. Again, still this 8 truck is in P3, P1 and 2. Or the leaders are just right in front of him. 3 laps remaining. We'll have to see if he's able to catch these guys. There he is, from his hood view. He can see the 5. He can see the 33. If that 5 can hold the 8 back just a little bit, 33 may have it. But there you see the 33 washing up track while this 8 truck is still flat flying around these corners. Here it is, 2 laps remaining. And he is there with the top 2. There's the 5 of Little Tank, 33 a Trip. He's going to get them both in one corner. He's going to take them 3 wide. 33 is going to just get right back in his draft. 5 is going to go ahead and get right behind the 33. First through third, now down nose to tail, going through 3 and 4. Once they come to the line, there will be 1 more lap here in stage 2. So Trip and Little Tank have seen what they've got to try to do. Once we get into the 3rd stage, if they can build up 2 gaps like that as they get into and out of pit road on this 8 truck, they might have enough time to where they can keep the 8 behind them. Before the 8 passed them with about 4 to go, this time he passed them only with about a lap and a half. So we'll have to see if Trip and the 5 Little Tank are going to be able to do anything with that run. But here it is. That is the conclusion of stage 2. Top 3 again is going to be Asbel, 33 of Trip and the 5 of Little Tank. Congratulations to those guys. I'm going to go ahead and get us another small commercial break. Guys, you want to know how to follow NNR here on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook? Here you go.
Hey NNR fans, don't miss any of the action by following or subscribing to Repeat's Twitch channel. Turn on notifications and you'll always know when the best preset league on Xbox hits the track. Check out his YouTube channel too to see all of NNR's past races. Follow No Name Racing as well as Repeat 1975 and others on Twitter, and you'll never miss any of the action.
All right, they are under the final seconds of their stage break, so it won't be much longer. Getting those last-minute changes set into the truck, dialing it up, dialing it back, whatever they've got to do. Stage 3 is always the longest of the race, and looks like the 33 of Trip, 8 on the inside, the 5 Little Tank, 88 of Watt Racing, and the 17 of Spurl back there in P5 with the 90 of Old Pop there. Good to see him again running strong tonight, right around mid-pack. Again, only about 10 trucks on track. Looks like the 18 kind of lagged out rather early, so down to 9. But most of the championship contenders are here on track. Started out with a pretty small field. Some people missed it. Some were away on vacation with their family that they've been planning all year long. Some states have opened back up, others not as of yet. North Carolina has not completely opened back up. We're still contemplating phase two. But yeah, I think it should be a while. I don't think any state should rush to open back up. Yeah, are some people hurting for the cash? Absolutely, but it is not worth the some people's health and livelihood and all that. So see the 90 of Pop Bear coming across the track, definitely went down in the grass. Not sure if that was off the bumper or what of somebody else, but very, very unfortunate for that 90. As you see, another early retiree, the 75 of Fatless Dig. Fatless was actually sitting, I want to say, like P5 in the points. So early 2 contenders are out of the race. You see the 18 of Cowboy and the 75 Fatless Dig there sitting still on pit road as the leaders go on by. I'll go ahead and catch up with these leaders. The 88 looking ahead to the 33, the 5, and the 8. So right now, Watt Racing running in P4 with the 17 of Spurl right behind him, and the 64 of NNR Drake. Trying to do all they can to keep up with everybody. Pretty good battle right now between the 5 and the 33. They seem to work really, really well together. If they can keep this up and somehow communicate between the two, whether in team comms or what, say, hey, I'm pitting now. If we can pit together, come out together, draft together, maybe we can gain a big enough of an advantage on this 8 truck and kind of pull away. But so far, that has not been the case. The 8 has been able to get both stage victories, not like by any, in any kind of dominant fashion, because the 33 was pretty close to winning a stage, and so was the 5. They were both in front of the 8 after pit stops in the last stage. Next time Asbel comes on by the start-finish line, give us a total lap count or what's left here in Stage 3 in the race. Again, your top 5 is going to be Asbel, 33 at NNR Trip, 5 Little Tank, 88 of Watt Racing, and then the 64 of NNR absolutely out there getting it done. Yeah, we may be low on trucks tonight, but these guys are in full board championship mode. Nothing is being left behind, even though they're getting a bit spread out right now. They're still trying to get as many positions as they can, whether it's catching the next person in front by draft and using the old slingshot to pull down, or maybe diving it into the corner just a little bit further than the other guy, maybe trying a different line than the guy in front. You've got to try every possible combination to get the next point. And we've seen points, championships be settled by a mere 1 or 2 points. I mean, you think, several years back between Carl Edwards and Tony Stewart, when it came to Homestead, Miami, they finished virtually at a dead heat as far as points go. But because Tony Stewart had 5 wins in the championship season that year, the championship went to, at the time, the 14. So points mean everything. And let's see, keep going through. There's the 51 of SWAT, 88, 64. A little bit of a battle now between the 88 and 64. As you see them side by side coming through the tri-oval. Looks like 64 is going to be able to take that position with a little bit of drafting help from that 33. 33 still got the draft of the 5, and now the 88 has the draft from the 64. So they're all still deep into behind this 8 truck, trying to catch Aswell. But here comes the 64 now. He was able to get by the 88. He's going to try to get past this 33 and keep on moving. I know I said the last time that Aswell went past the start-finish line, I'd get us a lap count, but I'll go ahead and get it for you right now. There are 61 laps remaining here in Stage 3. Again, these guys have gone caution-free except for the stage breaks. Everybody has just been trying to catch this 8 truck. This red, white, and blue colored Memorial Day throwback to the U.S. And I have a feeling we're probably going to see quite a bit more of that. There you see the same thing on a 33 a trip. His truck's all red, white, and blue. The 64's red, white, and blue. A lot of country pride here in the NNR camp, NNR truck camp. Still kind of going through the pack. Again, very, very small field tonight. Some people went away. A couple people have unfortunately lagged out. 2 of our chase contenders did lag out. That's going to help some of these other guys on points, because being here in the top 10 is going to grab stage points. So even Papa Bear, all the way back there right now in P8, after some contact, he's still going to grab 8th place stage points. So very, very unfortunate. But everybody behind the 5 of Lil Tank is an even 41 points behind the 8 of Aswell. So Trip, Cowboy, Swats, Double J, Bot Play, and Papa Bear are all 41 points behind the leader right now. The only one close to him is the 88 of Watt Racing, and that's it. After Watt is the 5 of Lil Tank, but I'm sorry, yeah, behind Watt is Lil Tank, but he's 33 behind. So right now, the only one that's got any kind of a chance is the 88. Mayork48, thank you very much for the follow, sir. Appreciate you. If this is the first time you're catching up with NNR, this is their truck series live from Las Vegas Motor Speedway, run here every night. Please be sure to go ahead and smash that subscribe button if you can, and please leave notifications on so you know every time we go live. We're here with NNR on Sundays usually right around 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern, between 8:30 and 9 on Tuesdays, and on Thursdays I get to call the races with the one and only HD Motorsports when the NNR Cup guys take to the track. So these guys have gone all green so far. Pretty small field tonight with it being a holiday, but it's they've absolutely tried to put on the best show as possible. Here you see the 33 of Trip looking to the inside of Lil Tank. Lil Tank, your 3rd place points driver right now. 64 of NNR Drake right behind him. So 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. First has a gap on these 3. Behind them, it's going to be the 17 of Spur. Everybody's trying to get it done with about 58 laps, I will say, to go here in Stage 3. It's been a pretty uneventful race, all clean, all green. I think we've only seen one person kind of lose control of the truck, and that was the 90 of Pop Bear when he took a slide through the grass. Other than that, all green through the pit stops. No real issues on track. These guys are the best in default on the Xbox, hands down. If you want to see some bigger packs in action, go take a look at some of the earlier races, either on my Twitch channel or on YouTube under the same name, Repeat 1975. Appreciate you, my York 48. Let's see, there's the 17 to Spurl, again rocking that OD green 17. Those are the two guys with early retiree. Pop Bear taking it down pit road right now. Gonna grab 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods with a full tank of gas. He was in the back, so this is really his best bet to make up as much time as he can. The way the NNR guys got to do it is they pull off the track, going into turn 3, follow the apron all the way around, and merge back up on the track after turn 2. And if you know some of these tracks, that apron can be really, really slick, so these guys got to control their trucks or cars as we get a little bit later on in the week. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's the 5 Little Tank edging his way on by the 33. Little Tank looks like he's signaling right now that he's going to go ahead and take it down pit road. 64 and the 5, I'm sorry, the 64 and the 33 are going to stay side by side going through 3 and 4. There goes the 5 onto the entry. 17 is Spurl, not too far back. Next time he comes, the 8 comes on by, I'll go ahead and grab us a lap count. And it looks like we've got 51 laps remaining here at Las Vegas, and if everything holds true the way that it's been, 8 is he's going to be the one to get it done in Sin City. He's going to be the one to dance with the showgirls on the stage when they're giving away the trophy for tonight. I tell you, I don't remember this track being as bumpy as it is in this game. As you just saw the 64 go on by, you see that right rear really bouncing quite a bit. Again, as they go side by side with the 33, the 64 definitely has a very strong machine. If he's actually able to pass guys on the 8 or around the outside, definitely getting into the pits. Very, very hot right there. Way to control it there, NNR Drake. Able to get on by the 33. 33 is able to make up the time that he lost on his entry, but way to get in there, man. Very strong. Here you see the 8 truck as well. So I'm guessing the 8 has learned his lesson. He pit later than the 33 and the 5 earlier, and the 33 and the 5 were able to come out almost a half a lap ahead, but he was able to run them down with those 4 newer tires. We'll have to see if the same thing works out here. They're all on track at the same time. In fact, it looks like all of the lead lap trucks are on pit road right now. We'll see if the 33 comes out first. There's the 8 going out. And it looks like 33 and the 64 are going to come out behind him. So the 8 will be able to retain that lead as you see more and more filing off pit road, staying on the apron all the way through 1 and 2, watching for traffic, come flying by on the outside just as the 5 there of Lil Tank. And just as they went in, the same way they come out, there's the 33 of NNR Trip with NNR Drake right in front. Going to keep on going through the field. There's the 88 of Watt Racing, again last year's Cup Series champ. Yeah, looks like he's getting it done. He did pit 1 lap ahead of the 8, but looking at the 8's lead, looks like there's 48 laps remaining, and he was able to retain first place that time. So the 8's still in the lead. Now let's catch back up with that 88, and we'll take a couple laps around with our series champ. See what he's having to deal with. Right now, actually, doesn't really look like he's having to deal with a whole lot. So as he comes to the line, let's go ahead and let the crank it up session, right, courtesy of the 88. Here we go. Again, that was a couple laps there with last year's points champion, the 88 of Watt Racing, trying to defend. Coming into this race, he is the closest to the 8 of Asbull, only 12 points behind the 8 truck right now, trying to keep it right there and not really lose too much to him. The 8 was able to capitalize by winning both stages in tonight's race. Alpha York, thank you very much for checking in tonight. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't see you. I'm sorry that you had to sit this one out. Definitely not the way you wanted to start this round. I know you're not one of the contenders for the championship here in the series, but it's still, it definitely still would have been great to see you out there on track. If you'd like, Alpha, you're welcome to join me in finishing up this race. I think the last time Asbull went on by the start-finish line, there was only about 48 or 41 laps to go. Next time by, I'll go ahead and grab another lap count. See the 5 of Little Tank, 64 of Drake, and the 33 of Trippy Main back there. 17 of Spurl. Unfortunately, a couple of early retirees. Got a few guys trying different lines. Again, the 64 was previously exclusively elite, but now he's NNR Drake, showing some of his community pride, and I'm glad that he changed that. Let's see here. Still kind of working through a little bit. These guys are doing a phenomenal job. I mean, they've got a lot of space between each other. That usually happens after pit stops have occurred, and they get some time between. Just really concentrating on their truck, feeling what it might need as they come down. They should all have to pit 2 more times. They're more than likely they're coming up on their next round of green flag pit stops here pretty soon. Let me see here. And unfortunately, it actually looks like something has happened with Asbull's stream, so I don't have that anymore. I don't have that feed. I don't know what lap we're on and whatnot. So guys, for those out there that have been with us, during these races with HD Motorsports and I, when we're saying we'll just have to wing it, well, that is exactly what we're doing. Right now, we are just flat winging it. There aren't any other streamers that I know of out there tonight keeping things interesting. Again, last time they went on by, last I think I saw there was about 41 laps remaining. They're going about 21 laps on a tank of gas. So we'll have to see how it plays out. But even though the 8's Twitch stream has stopped, obviously you can see he did not lag out. So that's good news for him. That's bad news for everybody else because he is on a dominant tear. Yeah, you see the 5 to 64 and the 33 kind of far back there, but nobody has had anything for this 8 truck tonight. I was joking around with Asbel after last week, and I said, man, what is your kryptonite? What tracks are you no good at? I don't think I've ever come across anybody that is good or great at all forms of racetracks. And he said, man, I hate Martinsville. So, yeah, that's that's Asbel. I mean, the guy is just flat fast, or as Rusty Wallace used to say, flat flies. Um, Boehner has a bit of that speed. You just see Alpha York out there in chat saying, let's go Rook Racing. Rook Racing is pretty much for rookie. There's quite a few rookies in NNR this year that have done really, really well. And I mean, you can't take anything away from them. Whatever Rook Racing has found has absolutely proven to be fast week in and week out. They're putting the time in, they're putting in the effort, try to keep their trucks or cars going every single week. Boehner is also part of this Rook Racing. He's leading the points in the Xfinity, and he's also third or fourth in points in the Cup Series. So we've got a very, very strong, very talented class of rookies that are going to be looking to make NNR even better when we kick off the 2021 season later in July or August after Heat 5 comes out, which is another something that I'm looking forward to. Let's see here. Back to the 88 Watt Racing. Watt right now, I've got to believe, is back there right around 5th place. The battle that we were watching a little bit ago right here. Right here. This is for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. The 5 Little Tank, 33 of Tripp, and the 64 of NNR Drake, formerly known as Exclusively Elite. Let's see here. And that's another thing. Watt being back here, he could just be biding his time. He could just be saying, you know what, you guys go ahead. He's got a shifter. He's got a really nice wheel as well. He could be saying, you guys go ahead and burn up what you got. I'm going to try to save what I can in the tank, and maybe he can outfuel these guys. We'll have to see that you can do some pretty amazing things with a shifter and that clutch pedal at a lot of these tracks. That's how the one and only Dohar got it done last in the Cup Series, and also a few earlier in the season at Richmond when he won there. So can't take it away from him. If you know how to save gas, you can absolutely make it happen on some of these tracks. Dohar was able to get it done at Indy last week in the Cup Series. Again, a little 5 Little Tank, 64 of Drake going on by on the outside. 33 of Trip Main is going to try to give that little bit of a challenge there on the outside as well. These three still battling really, really hard. I want to say this is still for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Back there, I see the 90 of Papa Bear. Again, I was really, really happy to see Papa Bear make the top 9, make this round going in, into the starting the contender round here in his first year with NNR. And it means a lot to him as well. There's a 17 of Spurl. He's got his portion of the track all to himself. 51 of Swats, nobody ahead. 88 behind him. So 88 does have a little bit of a draft partner right now. There's old Papa Bear right now, running that high line, really keeping it wound up all the way around. This is absolutely a great way to go. You can make up a lot of time on that high side, as long as you're not doing it in traffic. Because if you come off that corner with the head of steam, you may have nowhere to go with it. Sometimes it could cause a caution if you're not used to that kind of racing. But again, these guys are the best. I see the 5 Little Tank coming down pit road right now. I'm going to say this is probably with about 30 to 35 to go, give or take. Not 100% sure. 17 is Spurl. Unfortunately, again, the 18 and the 75 have both lagged out tonight, so it's not going to be the start that they wanted here in the first race of the contender round of the 2020 chase for these NNR guys. Guy that has been absolutely getting it done all race long. One stage stage two, on his way to a clear victory. I don't think anybody's really going to have anything for him unless somebody in the back again is trying to save a little fuel. We'll have to see. Looks like the 51 taking it down the road. As you see, the 5 and the 88 are going to go zipping on by, so they're both going to complete another lap before they take their trucks down pit road. Again, I got to give a big thanks to this 51 of NNR SWATs. After Carroll's unfortunate departure from the series and NNR in general, SWATs decided that he was going to step up and lead these trucks week in and week out. That way the series was able to complete the season and get us to crown a series champion for the year. So thank you again very much, SWATs, for doing that. You definitely didn't have to. Just stepping up, being another community leader. We absolutely appreciate you, man. 90 old Pop Bear again. This is a guy that a lot of people are really going to have to watch as we get into the last portion of this year's season. Exclusively Elite, or now NNR Drake, he has had a fast machine a lot of these weeks, and he's teamed up with Rook Racing, and I know Asbel and Boehner and a few others have kind of been coaching the guy, and he's definitely had a strong truck. I can't say he hasn't. So we're going to see. I'm guessing since he's changed his gamer tag, he's not planning on going anywhere anytime soon. I'm sure we'll see Drake right back here again next year, and I really hope so. He's definitely a that's going to be, we're going to have to keep an eye on. Again, 33 a trip coming on out, not too far behind that 8, so it looks like he's been able to gain a little bit of time on the 8 truck of Asbel, but not quite enough. Maybe he tried something on that pit stop. We'll have to wait and see. Again, unfortunately, the 8 Twitch stream has stopped, so I don't have a point of reference for this for the rest of this race. So I'll just have to wing it, see how things shake out. But if things go as they've been, more than likely our top 3 are probably going to be the 8 of Asbel and either the 5, 64, or 33 to round out your top 3. But could also be this 88. I think he might have been trying to save just a little bit of fuel. He did pit a couple laps after the 8 and a few others. So we'll have to see. Kind of a few sights and sounds of these trucks making their way around Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I love it when they're under the lights. They absolutely it definitely adds a whole new set of character to these trucks and to the cars. It's I love it under the lights. If it was up to me, every race that we ran would be under the lights because they just look amazing. I think it adds just a little bit of extra oomph to what you're watching these guys on a weekly basis. Now I'm curious, was that right there a pass for the lead? 64 is definitely putting it on, or is it just like it was earlier, where the 33 kind of stayed out? I'm sorry, where he went in and pitted a little bit later, right along with the 64, and now the 64 has taken command. 64 and the 8, they do share notes, so that's very possible. I'm going to say that the damage on the front end of this 64 is all lag. As you saw going down pit road, they tend to still get into each other while the trucks are sitting in the stall. So I'm going to say that's what that is. The 64 has been way too clean all night long to have that kind of damage showing. But he is clearly now in front of the 8 truck of Asbel with the 33 right there in tow. Or did the 8 kind of allow them to allow that 64 to get on by, knowing what he's got under the hood, and say, you know what, I'll go ahead and I'll push you now. I've got points in the bank. I've got wins this year. You go ahead. Even though the 64 is not part of the chase, it's still good to get your name out there. The Cup Series teams or team leaders, they pull drivers from the trucks and the Xfinity Series as the season goes on. The guys that they see with talent. That's why you see Boehner, Augustus, Cowboy, Mountain, Sully, and several others up in the Cup Series after they just started this year. Well, not Augustus. Augustus was around last year. But here's a battle for the lead. 8 to the outside, 64 down low. You know the 64 is going to try to fight him off, but that high line momentum pays dividends at race's end. And there it is. We just saw the 8 pull around to the outside, able to get it done. Just like we've seen the 64 do earlier to the 33 and a couple others. So these two teammates pulling pieces from each other's playbooks, and that's just exactly what it is. Let's see here. Nope, I wanted to see if I had any other streams up and going. I didn't think I did, but I think Swats was originally going to try to stream. Alpha York was going to try to stream. Cowboy normally streams, but he lagged out, so unfortunately couldn't use him. Usually I'm used to having somebody as a reference point, so not happening right now. I'll tell you what, I'll actually drop down into their team comms and see if I can't grab some information from SWATs, grab us a lap count and see where we're standing. Let's try this out. Hey, SWATs, it's Repeat in the booth. You got me, sir.
Gotcha.
Hey, but unfortunately, Asbel's stream has stopped. No, you're not streaming, and Cowboy has also lagged out tonight. How are we looking on laps, and what's top 3 right now?
13 laps. Look, I think it's Asbel. Who's in second? Is it Trippy?
64.
Drake is in second, and Trippy's in third.
All right, and I'm sorry, what'd you say on laps?
13 to go.
Should be 13.
13 to go. All right. So I assume everybody has made their final pit stop. 13 laps remaining. Thank you very much. Good luck.
We may be a little short.
What's that?
Might be a little short.
might be a little short, so maybe a splash and go. We'll have to keep an eye out. Thank you very much, sir. Good luck. All right, so there you heard it. 13 laps remaining. I'm not gonna, go too far away from the 8. I want to kind of to keep laps as they go. Here he is now going down the backstretch. I'm going to guess that was probably lap 12. 12 laps remaining here in the first race of the NNR contender round chase. Not too shabby. Again, guys, that little scroll that you see going above the NNR symbol, it says Cup Prize on Thursday nights. Or cash, just Cup Prize. Don't forget, on Thursday nights, if you can pick the top 3 or the 3 drivers that'll be in the booth with me and HD talking about their race, their cars, what they did, any kind of strategy and all that. If you can pick the top 3 on Thursday night, I've got some Microsoft cash for you. And because nobody picked or correctly picked the top 3 at Indianapolis last week, the Microsoft Cash this week will double up, courtesy again to the one and only JPA. So Thursday night, don't forget the Cup guys will be on track right from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Between now and then, though, we'll still have the Xfinity cars also right here from Las Vegas when they take to get their second round of the chase started, and see who the first one will be to lock their way in to the round of 8. Right now, we're in the round of 9 for the trucks. Next, we go to the round of 6, round of 4, and then we've got the final championship race. In the Xfinity, we went from the round of 16 to the round of 12. We're going to see who's going to lock their way automatically into the round of 8 on Tuesday night, and then again Thursday night. We're going to follow the Cup guys to see who's going to be able to lock their way in to the round of 8. Again, all 3 series will visit the same track each week, heading into the championship race at Atlanta Motor Speedway here in about 9 weeks, give or take. But it's going to be very, very interesting 9 weeks. These guys have shown a lot of speed, shown a lot of practice, trying to get every bit of benefit that they can from either the long run, the short run. NNR is typically known for their long runs. They don't really have a whole lot of cautions, so we'll have to see how it pans out. Let's see here. There's last year's series champion, the 88 of Watt Racing. He's trying to repeat, and he is actually the closest one to actually try to do that. Prior to tonight's race, he was only 12 points behind the 8 of Asbel, so we'll have to see what he can do tonight. Everybody on track tonight will receive stage points, since there's only 8 trucks left on track after both the 19 and the 75 lagged out somewhat early. 17 a Spurl and a 33 a Tripp. A little bit of a battle there. Looks like Tripp's going to be able to grab on to the back of that 17, going through 3 and 4 towards the start-finish line. I'm going to guess this is going to be about 9 to go. 33 is going to get down on pit road. You absolutely seeing him go sideways all the way through and getting on track. Now, the way that he's getting on and off pit road could be the difference maker. What's been allowing him to get ahead of that 8 after the 8 has made his pit stop. So the 33 is in early, as you see him crawling at 45 mile an hour down to his pit stop. Not a very long pit road by any means, but definitely quite a bit slower than what they've been used to, as they've been out on track now over 100 laps. Both of the first stages were about 30-35 laps, and that right there, I'm going to guess, was just about a tank or a can and probably 2 right side tires. We're going to have to see where Tripp comes out of all this if he's going to be able to hold back the 8 of Asbel this time. I'm going to guess at the 8 of Asbel is going to get in, and he's going to take two cans and 4 tires. So I'm going to try to find the 8 of Asbel here. There goes the 51 of Swat's in right now. There's the 90 of Papa Bear. Here's the 64. There's the 8 right now. 8 is going to go ahead and stay out on track. So right off the bat, he's going to be running a little bit slower than the rest of everybody else, especially that 33. 33 right now, he's got at least right side tires and gas. Or he might have just taken a can and a half and said, you know what, I'll deal with my tires, depending on what kind of wear he had. We'll definitely have to see. But if it was me, after a little bit of practice that I ran earlier today, the right sides definitely got very, very close to popping, especially the right rear, as you get to about 20 or 22 laps into the run, which is right around where some of these guys are right now. So Tripp, I'm going to guess right sides and a can of gas just to get him to the end. You just heard Swat say a minute ago when we checked in with him for a lap count that there were only 13 laps remaining, and he thought that some people were going to be short. But here he is. The 8 is still out there on track, has not brought it down pit road, catching up to the 90 of Papa Bear. He did not signal that time that he's going to be bringing it down pit road. I don't foresee the 8 really getting too much, staying out there too much longer. You could definitely hear him off the throttle, though. He is not full bore at all. Or is that the race, or did he run out of gas? I don't think that was enough for. I don't think that was 13 laps. No, there's somebody down there on pit road. Looks like it's going to be the 90. Nope, I think that was the race, ladies and gents. Let's see where everybody else is. There's the 33. There's the, yeah, okay, so that was the race. And as you saw, the 88, when he came across the line, he got a little squirrely. So that was the race right there. You see the 17 of Spurl really coasting into pit road. So more than likely, Spurl was just about out of gas. So in just a moment, we are going to talk to our top 3, top 5, see how they ran. That was a pretty quick 13 laps. There's Swats out there on track still. He's going to come across the line. I'm going to guess we're going to get the loading screen. No, not yet. It means we're still waiting on last place to cross the line. More than likely they're under that countdown. There's old Drake, still kind of cruising around. There's the 8 truck of Asbel again, crossing that line. We should be coming to a pause here just on their cool down lap. And there it is as the 88 goes up into the wall. So that is it, ladies and gents. That's going to be the first race in the second round of the 2020 Chase contender round, as a lot of people have really come to keep up with the way that NASCAR had it. I loved it when they had the eliminator and the championship round and all that. But I'm going to back out of that. I'm going to pull up our brand spanking new post-race screen. There we go. And let's go ahead and pull up our top 3. Looks like I see Asbel out there, Drake out there, and Watt Racing. Now I saw Drake and Asbel fighting a little bit for the lead. I'm pretty sure that they were 1 and 2, and that would make the 88 of Watt Racing right there in P3. Sound about right, guys?
Yep.
All right, thank you, Drake. So Watt Racing, repeat, got me, sir.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, pretty uneventful race. We started out with 10. Unfortunately, a couple guys lagged out pretty early. We lost the 18 of Cowboy and then the 75 of Fatless Dig. Both are championship contenders. Not what they wanted to. Not what they wanted to happen by any means. But I saw you battling a little bit every now and then with the 33, with the 5, with the 64, with the 5 truck, especially early on before the pit stops really came into play. Walk us through your race, please, sir.
Like you said, it was pretty uneventful. First stage was pretty aggravating. Just really frustrated racing in traffic. Yeah, I feel like I probably had a top three truck based off of speed, but it didn't turn. It turned into strategy because I just kept getting caught up in incidents on track. I don't know if I was. You'd think I was driving the target car. I don't know. Just I'm all about good hard racing. I just feel like it's hard to being on my own and doing my own thing. It's hard to I don't know, make advances in the field. So just kept having issues on track racing other people. Nothing major, just enough to keep me from chasing the 8. And basically just got frustrated enough that I just figured I'd turn it into a field strategy type of deal. And so I just backed off my pace, pretty much just cruising. I was getting too frustrated, so I just decided to just chill out. And I knew it was going to be a couple laps short, and just turned into that. And somehow it worked out for top 3 for me.
Well, you're not going to believe this or not, but you actually go back and watch the stream. When I called just that, it really looked like you were backing up the pace. You could almost hear it in the motor when we were on board. Took a couple of crank it up laps with you, and did the same thing with Asbel, and I believe one other. I definitely did see you keeping up with the 88 when a few guys were able to get in the draft and kept up with them for quite a while. Can you think of anything that might have been missing other than that traffic kind of holding you back? Do you think you actually had the same speed as the 8, the 64, and the 33 throughout the night, or do you think you were right there on par with them?
Yeah, initially I was, but it seemed like the tire started wearing down, and it got looser and looser. It seemed like the 8 truck didn't seem to have that problem. And once tires started falling off, he just took off. So I don't think I could have done anything else really. I didn't put a whole lot of time trying to get it set up. Felt confident with what I had. Everybody seemed to be fighting loose conditions, so I have no clue what I could have done different. That's why I just, like I said, just there were just little moments of contact. It was good racing. I'm not, saying anything like that. It's just I started just getting more and more angry. That's frustrating to be feeling this way during these races, but I said screw it. We'll just go the other way about it, and really backed off the pace intentionally. Kind of calm myself down a little bit, and it ended up working for a top 3. So apparently the other two did, some of the guys were able to pull it off, but I lost so much time while I was saying it that we'll just have to take third.
Well, I'll tell you what, there is kind of a silver lining around all that. All right, you came into tonight's race, you were only 12 points behind the 8. With it being such a very small field, even as tight as the racing was at times, everybody here is going to get stage points. So they're going to add up. Not quite sure where you finished in stage 1 and stage 2. I think one of them was like P3, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah,
yes,
I'm not even. I'm not even chasing points at this point. Like the wins seem like they're pretty tough to get. Not that I'm not
yeah,
trying to win, but like I said last week, same principle. Just trying to cruise to Atlanta. That's really the money race there. Talladega
yeah,
will be a lot of fun.
yeah.
That's a race that I can win, that I'd like to win. But I think I'm in my own head. So just trying to quietly get to Atlanta and see what I can get down there.
Yeah, when we get to Atlanta, there are no bonus points. Everybody is racing for that trophy. That's gonna that is what's gonna determine our champion, and you're trying to go for 2 in a row. Great job tonight, sir, and good luck.
Thank you.
Any shout outs from you, bud?
Yeah, thanks to you for doing the broadcast. Appreciate it.
No, you're very, very welcome. Absolutely. All right, and then the driver formerly known as exclusively elite, now NNR Drake. How are you, sir?
Doing pretty well, Pete.
Good, man. Glad to hear it. But I tell you what, I saw a lot of passing done by you tonight, either on the high side, down on the low side. Um, then all of a sudden you appeared right around the 8 truck, you and the 33, and able to at one point get on by the 8, and it looks like he was just gonna kind of shadow you. I know you guys work together, and then the 8 got past you again. Um, was that by design, saying, "Hey, you're in the championship hunt. You want the win. You go for it. Those are your bonus points," or were you actually trying to keep that 8 truck behind you?
It's the same thing that happened to Indy, fuel mileage, and I'm just not as good at saving fuel as he is. So he's just able to get going again a lot quicker.
Gotcha. Yeah, man. I'm guessing since you've changed your name from exclusively Elite to NNR Drake, you're showing a little bit more of that community pride, and I appreciate you for it. Um, Plus, it's a whole lot easier to say Drake than an exclusively Elite, right? Uh, um, but man, you're definitely catching the attention of some of the other teams out there, seeing what you're capable of doing. I know Asbel was already asked about maybe moving on up to Cup next year. He's done very well in the trucks. He's done very well in the Xfinity. Rook Racing is dominating the truck and Xfinity points as of right now with Asbel in the truck and Boehner in the Xfinity series. Um, I'm really looking forward to what you're going to be able to accomplish when we head to 2021 when Heat 5 comes out. I know that's supposed to come out in early July, and I think if the conversations I've heard actually come to fruition, we're probably going to be starting up in right around early August for 21, right around the same time we did last year, and it'll be a lot of fun. So, man, I'm looking for a lot of positive things out of you. Uh, Congratulations on your P2, man.
Thank you, Pete.
You got it. Any quick shout outs from you?
Just for family and girlfriend as always.
There you go. There you go. All right. And then Asbel, congratulations. But as for me, guys, no, I'm just kidding. Asbel, get
What's up,
unmute
Pete?
yourself. Okay, congratulations. You got another win. Ready to move on. Nah, buddy. I was with you all night last night during the American Ethanol Cup Series All Star Race. You won your way into that. You picked up some cash, which is pretty cool. Um, you got into the All Star race. You weren't up front all night long last night at Charlotte, but you were up there when it mattered. You got that race done. So you got some bragging rights for yourself there. Now tonight, you were just in a league of your own. I mean, it didn't really seem like many had anything for you. Maybe if they were able to do anything with the draft, yes. But even when 2 or 3 cars behind you were drafting, you were still able to keep them at somewhat of a distance, I guess. Um, Man, I don't know where these setups are coming from, but man, you've been extremely dominant this year in the trucks. Hell of a job by you again tonight. Talk us through that machine you've got. Any Can you give any hints to these guys as to what you're doing different rather than what they may be doing? Um, I what's your strategy?
I mean, I don't know, Pete. Like I said, it's just I don't know, man. I mean, all people run that force feedback, which seems to mess with them when they have a loose car. I don't run force feedback because I just don't like it. It seems to want to wreck you more than anything than help you, in my opinion. So I mean, I don't run it. So I'm able to run a little bit looser. It seems like. And then just Vegas, you just have a unique line. You can run the bottom or really pull away from people even if they're running the high side. So you just got to run a unique line around the bottom where you're like right next to that white line and your car just hooks. So
Yeah, that was actually something that I mentioned very, very early in the race that there are two or three lines that you can run here. You can run the very bottom, right around that white line. You can run kind of the middle, but you can also run the top. And I did see some people utilizing that top line to try to really keep the momentum of the truck, and also keep the tire wear down. Um, as they were going through the center of the corner and off, which is really where you get the burst of speed coming off the corners. But man, you got it done again tonight. You're automatically into the round of six. But we still got three more races. We've got Talladega, we got Mid Ohio, and we've got Richmond. I know we've talked about these upcoming races. Talladega is always a wild card race. Mid Ohio Sports Car Course, that's going to be rough. That's going to be a very, very interesting race to call. I don't even know how many turns are there. And then of course we've got Richmond to cap off the contender round. But man, congratulations once again. More points in your pocket. Any shout outs from you there, bud?
Just Rick racing, teammates helping out each other. Like I said, I wish Spurl and Trippy. Well, I know Spurl finished fourth. I just wish Trippy could have got a better finish. He had a pit a little earlier, like that last pit. He just wasn't able to save enough. And then something happened to Fatless. I guess he must have lagged out. I wasn't sure. But you got Drake in here with another top two
Yep.
since he came with us. I don't know if it's just us or just the way he was racing the other one. I mean, I don't know. A lot of people said because I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just a team thing. I don't know, but it's good to have him on board and got him get some good finishes here. So it looks like he'll be really good next year.
Yep, that's kind of what I was saying earlier. And while you were saying all that, your voice was kind of breaking up a little bit. I want to let you let your stream cut out with like 41 or 48 laps to go. So as HD and I say on Thursday nights when we're talking about winging it, yeah, we truly were winging it. Until about 15 or so to go, 13 or so to go, I've just popped into team comms real quick, and Smitty said there were about 13 laps remaining. I tried to keep up best I could, and then I saw you come across the line, and your car jerked to the right. It's like, okay, well, that's it. So, um, man, congratulations yet again on a stellar performance, as Rock NASCAR would say. Way to keep digging, and I'm sure we'll have more of the same next week when we head to Dega.
Thank you, Pete, and shout out to you as always.
Man, I appreciate you. Thank you. But as for me, guys, that is gonna be it for tonight. This was
Wait, I got one more thing.
this
So I'm
was
sorry,
the
Pete, to
the
cut you off.
NNR Truck Series from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Don't forget Tuesday night I'll be with the Xfinity cars, and again on Thursday the Cup guys will take their turn around Sin City. Don't forget also Thursday night is a money race. Since nobody picked the top three last week during the Cup race at Indianapolis, the money does roll over. So this week is worth double as much in Microsoft Cash. Until then, I will see you around the track. Stay healthy, take care of each other, and yeah, y'all have a great night. Also have a great Memorial Day. Later.